Hi everyone, and welcome to episode number 68 of Infinity and Beyond, presented by DisKingdom.com. It's me here, Roger, in the United Kingdom, and we have Abe there in sunny California.
Hello, everybody.
All right, how's you doing, Abe?
I'm doing all right. Just,
Good.
hanging in there. How about yourself?
Yep. Just going along, dealing with this lovely British weather we have at the minute. But we have got lots and lots of Disney Infinity news this week, a little bit more than we were expecting. We have got we've had our first look at the Star Wars Force Awakens Power Discs. We're also going to be discussing the Apple TV starter pack that's been announced, the patch, also some Marvel Power Discs, and we're going to be discussing, first off, your giveaway that you're giving away at this precise minute. We'll kick off with that one first off.
Okay. So we're doing a King Mickey Power Disc giveaway. These are the D23 2015 exclusive Power Discs that will never be reproduced again. Will not be sold in stores. We were lucky enough to have 5 to give away. There's 2 ways to win one of the 5. 2 can be won via our Facebook group, which is Infinity and Beyond, Disney Infinity and Beyond, and you can enter by doing a photo submission. And the other 3 are won via, just point and click via using the Gleam software. But anyways, and that's open to everybody, obviously, if you're not in the Facebook group. So, but yeah, you can win one of 5 King Mickey Power Discs that are awesome that Roger can't enter because he's not qualified. But
I've been disqualified. It's like, but I need it.
Yeah, it's funny on Facebook. The first entry we got was Travis. I'm like, no. You already have one, and you do not qualify. But anyways, yeah, go ahead and enter. It's gonna keep going until the 29th. That show we will announce the winners. So plenty of time, but don't wait till the last minute. There are daily entries in the Gleam one, so definitely check it out.
Right, so this week, Star Wars. Well, basically, it was kind of an odd one. The Disney have released details of the new Power Discs for the Force Awakens, which comes out on December 18th. They kind of announced them all via different Twitter accounts. Like Disney put out one, Star Wars put out one, Disney Gaming put one, I think, and then also Disney Infinity put out a picture each. So that was a cool way of sharing out. And then StarWars.com did an article where they basically showed off all of the new Power Discs. There's a pack of 4. I mean, we already knew there was going to be a pack of 4 Power Discs coming, but we didn't know what they were going to look like. And so here they are in all their glory. So we've got an event disc, which is the Resistance Tactical Strike. Call upon heroes of the Resistance and unleash a tactical strike. We have Poe's Resistance Jacket, which gear up as Poe in a sturdy flight jacket and tackle any Resistance mission. The Quad Jumper, which is a race across any planet with this versatile vehicle. And finally, Flynn Stormtrooper costume, march Flynn into battle in his First Order Stormtrooper armor. So so there we go. Finn.
Yeah, you keep saying Flynn. This is not wrong.
All tangled. So we've got those discs there. So we've got 2 costume discs, an event disc, and also this weird-looking jumper thing, which I think I saw a picture of actually in the movie. But I'm wondering if it's going to be a bit like General Grievous's, where it like jumps and flies or something. I'm not too sure.
I don't know. I guess we'll find out when we use it.
We'll find out on December 18th.
December 18th.
The 8th is sort of that event disc. Now, we haven't really had any of them in 3.0 yet, have we?
No event disc. That's right. This will be our first.
Yeah, kind of interesting. They've kind of got this attack from above, which is kind of maybe giving us a hint of something that might be happening in the movie. Then,
yeah, it also kind of gives us an idea that it's kind of like Nick Fury's Quinjet, or not? His big hella carrier attacking from the top. So it might be the same.
Yeah, it's kind of. Yeah, I think it's gonna be kind of cool. I'm liking the idea of the Finn Power Discs is the one that's kind of getting me. The idea that it's going to look like a stormtrooper, I think that looks quite cool.
Finn?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Finn power disc. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, there we go. I think that's going to be a good way of kind of almost giving us a Stormtrooper outfit. Depends how long he's in that outfit in the movie, but that kind of looks quite cool. I'm
Yeah,
not too sure
absolutely.
about pose, but
Yeah, I don't
obviously
understand it. Yeah.
what I did notice here is it says he's got his resistance jacket, which looks is what Finn is wearing. So that is obviously a uniform that they're all wearing in the movie.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if this was a necessary um, powered disc, a costume change disc. Because I mean, if you can also say that Poe is wearing um, what Luke changes into in his power.
Yeah, yeah,
Except I wonder if no, I wonder if Luke was not given a helmet just because Poe isn't wearing one, so that made the
a bit easier.
programming easier. Yeah, so I don't know. It's
Yeah,
interesting.
they just like popped. When you pop him down, it just turns him into Finn.
Yeah, exactly.
Different head. So this quad jumper vehicle, which looks a bit odd. It's hard to know exactly what that's going to be like.
Yeah, I would have been happier with Ray's speeder, but maybe we'll get that as
Yeah,
part of an unlockable.
yeah, and then we have this kind of cool looking. Like I said, it looks almost like a Death Star attack, but it's a resistance attack.
Well, um, there was some certain stuff on Entertainment Weekly that I read that it's interesting. So I just won't give it away.
No. So they look quite cool. I'm loving the new packs. I'm loving the way they're doing it this time. Just I think it's just in general. I think I just like the way that they're doing discs this year. It doesn't feel quite so much because they could have gone nuts on power discs. They could have done probably a 40 power disc pack on Star Wars alone very easily, and I think we all would have brought it. So this still feel I'm just rather have more unlockables in the game and just a few pack. They're just I'm being honest, I almost feel like this year we don't need the vehicle stuff because they could just been an unlock. I like the costume changes and the event stuff that you can't do inside the toy box.
I don't know. I still feel like I want more power discs, but that's just me.
Yeah.
That's the collector in me, I guess. So.
Yeah, I think as long as the toys are in the toy box, it doesn't matter to me how I get them. And I prefer the ones when you just unlock them with sparks. But looks pretty interesting. I think we've got the full lineup for the launch side of The Force Awakens, which we are literally just about a month away from the movie coming out, and it's just really cool the idea if we've got a play set coming out in a month's time with new figures, new power discs. Again, when the movie game was out 3 months ago, we've got the movie. I know we're going to be slightly distracted this week when Battlefront comes out.
Mm-hmm.
And Super Star Wars, that's being reissued as well this week. So that's kind of that should be a bit of fun as well.
I won't be playing that. I'll be fine. I got one game to play.
I'm really loving this. I'm just loving this whole concept of having play sets and figures of play sets coming out months after the game. Because by the time it hits, that would have been a good 4 months plus from when that game came out. And it's exactly what's needed. And it's going to be out right on the same day the movie comes out. But those power discs look cool. Anything you want to add on them?
No, I like them. I just, like I said, I wish there was more. I mean, I'm sure Ray eventually changes outfits into something else. It'd be kind of cool to see her in that outfit, whatever that is, or even a Kylo Ren unlockable, like maybe his lightsaber. But I don't know. Whatever, we'll see.
That's cool. And speaking of power discs, Disney put out an email this week showing off a new Target deal. And one of the interesting things that was what keen-eyed fans were able to pick up was they put out an image of a new Marvel Power Disc pack, one of which we've not seen before. I mean, we knew Marvel Power Discs are coming. I'm not expected to see them until next year, but it's kind of quite interesting the fact that we've kind of got our first look at them.
Yeah, I don't think it was on purpose. I think it was complete accident. But still, nonetheless, you can't really make them out 100%. So it's not like they can like they made a really big mistake.
No.
But obviously, there's been tons of people zooming in and trying to kind of guess as far as the distorted images goes, what they could be, and so there's some pretty good guesses in there.
I mean, you kind of got like
That's
Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Ghost Rider's motorcycle.
Yeah.
That one looks like
like a Nick Fury kind of disc.
Costume change. That's what it looks like as well.
And then it looks like a flame. Some people are saying maybe like a Johnny Storm team up disc, maybe.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was hoping it'd be like oh, actually, I didn't even think about that. That's awesome.
I'm
But
not
it's
sure.
Fantastic Four, though.
Yeah, I can't see them doing anything Fantastic Four unless this is just leading up to 4.0 where they bring it in.
I don't know. That could also be JV's Deep Bench too. You never know. Yeah, and the top one looks like a Tesseract.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, like I said, this we might not see this pack until the power of this until the playset comes out in spring. We could be months away from seeing this. But I love the blue packaging. It looks different to the other ones. I would think it would go along with the idea of a power disc pack coming out with each playset that we've had so far. We've had the Twilight. We've had the we didn't have the Inside Out, which is a bit of a shame. And then we had Force Awakens. So yeah, no, I would have loved to have seen this come out now with Hulkbuster and Ultron, and then had another set of power discs come out for Marvel in spring. I would have liked to have had 2 Marvel packs to kind of give us a few more, and it would have been months apart.
Yeah, if they were giving us more power discs, then it would make sense. But it looks like they're just giving us 4, and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's kind of interesting. So we're gonna obviously have to wait a little bit more, I think, before we hear anything about these power discs. But it's kind of interesting that sort of I think as everyone, all the retailers are all getting revved up for the Black Friday deals. That if you're waiting to get into the game, this is really a good time coming up to get figures for Christmas presents and all of that bits and pieces, and just kind of there's lots and lots of promotions going in place to get any. I've even here in the UK, I've seen the starter packs have been slowly reducing in price, £35, £40 in a few places, which is good. It's definitely the good thing I think this year with Infinity with that starter pack is it was already at a low price at the beginning of the season, but with discounts it's going to be, and I've already seen. I mean, superchargers have already come in way under the price. There's massive sales going on them, but they are going to. It does seem a much better, cheaper option to get in, especially for people for presents and stuff, than maybe Lego Dimensions at this minute.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's definitely true. But yeah,
no. So there's gonna be plenty of offers around on them. Okay, so I'm going to move on to our sort of next subject. Disney officially revealed that the Apple TV starter pack is now available to purchase from apple.com and also in retailer stores in the US. I did go into an Apple store here in the UK and they didn't have it, but it's out. It comes with the basic same starter pack that you get with everything else, except for the fact that you get a nice new shiny black power disc, not power disc base. And also you get a rather funky looking controller, which bumps the price up because it's $99 for starter pack, which is quite a lot. But that controller is worth probably half of that starter pack. I know I got to try the controller out myself this week on an Apple TV, and it's a really good controller, really well made controller.
Yeah, no, it's what is it called? It's the Morpheus controller, if I remember. I don't remember what it was called, but no, yeah, that controller is definitely high quality. It is definitely worth half of the starter pack. So it almost looks like they kind of discounted the starter pack just to make it $100. But that controller alone retails at $50. So, but yeah, I've been hearing a lot of positive reviews on the way it works on the Apple TV. So, and not to mention, yeah, that base is pretty nice. I would love to see that color scheme kind of implemented in future iterations of the game if they do release starter packs again. So we'll see what happens there. But looks very cool. I'm glad that they have it in a different peripheral like the Apple TV. So it just gives you more options to play Disney Infinity. So it's kind of cool.
No, it's definitely kind of quite cool. Because I think as well, the good thing with including it is that you kind of get an entirely different way of getting the game out to people by including that sort of that whole sort of package where they do it. But what is kind of interesting as well to see with it is the price. It's so big. I mean, $99 is a lot. I mean, I got to try out the Apple TV. Unfortunately, the game wasn't on the actual Apple TV I was playing on. The controller for it was good, but I couldn't help but notice Skylanders. I know they have their pack out with the controller, but I think that controller can't be used for anything else. But I'm sitting there going, well, if I already had brought that controller because it was on sale for £40 on its own, well, I'd have to buy a second one to get the game. Or what if you were going to buy 3 or 4 different games and they can't each come with controllers for different games for this Apple TV? It seems a bit of an odd choice. I don't quite work out. It's great for the launch of the console because they're putting it out there, but it seems a very weird way of how they're going to, in 6 months' time, someone picks it up if they've already brought the controller because they've, do you know what I mean?
Sort of. I mean, Apple TV. This is like the first time it'll actually have gaming like this. The Apple TV before wasn't really a gaming device, so the fact that this device has gaming capability, I think it makes sense that they try to launch a predominant game for that system with a high quality controller. So it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure later on you can see them selling without controllers, but I mean, like I said, you can buy that controller on its own, and you can use it for multiple devices. And obviously the Apple TV is a great choice for it. But because I believe you're required to have a controller to operate Disney Infinity, I think that's probably why they packaged it with one. So kind of makes sense.
Yeah, but then you kind of wonder, like, in going forward, they can't each year then decide to lump in another controller with 4.0 because they have to, and what if I wanted to buy another game that needs a controller, and suddenly every game that needs a controller, you have to buy a controller? It doesn't seem the best logical.
No. What I'm saying is this seems like a good launch tactic. Later on, I'm pretty sure they can sell it, and then they're going to probably put in the box requires so-and-so controller. So they're going to have to buy one anyways if they don't have it. But I'm just saying this is a good way to launch it because, like I said, this Apple TV doesn't predominantly play video games. This new version of the Apple TV now gives you that gaming side, and launching a big game like Disney Infinity on the Apple TV, which, for example, Lego Dimensions or Skylanders or even any Amiibo has nothing to do with Apple TV right now, kind of gives them the edge. So that's why they need a remote.
Superchargers the new pack also works on the Apple TV. I mean, I walked into the Apple store and they had the TVs and they had the big screens, and then they had the little TV next to it, and right next to it they had that controller, and they had about 5 of them set up in the Apple store. So it was quite interesting. I thought walked straight over and picked up the controller and went, well, this is the exact controller that's in that starter pack, and went through and I tried to download it, but it wouldn't let me install the free demo on it. So I played on a few games, and I was like, well, no, and I went upstairs and they had that controller out for sale. And so it looks pretty cool. The only thing is, as well, as I think maybe for new people coming into the game, that starter pack offers great value in terms of being able to get everything in one thing that you need. I think from maybe if you're already like a bit of a gamer, and maybe you've already got yourself a controller, you've got your base, you've got your starter pack. Literally you're thinking, well, all I need is that base, and the game, and you're having to pay $100 for it. It's not very good, I would say, for people getting in that are already in the game. It's a little bit of a difficult situation, isn't it?
It's actually a relatively new remote, so not anybody would have it already anyways, and if they did, they would have I don't see why they would have bought it on its own. Because again, there hasn't been that many games launched for the system yet. No. I still think it was a smart way to launch the game because you still need the remote. But I think this is a launch thing. I think later on they're not going to do it, and they will put on the box requires a remote. So that's just my take on it.
Yeah, I think it's I was a bit surprised with the way it kind of launched, of just sort of saying something that's available to buy on Apple's website and you can buy it in the Apple stores. Is it going out to retailers, or is it just purely an Apple store exclusive? It's you almost would think that not being available in other stores might hurt it because people aren't aware of it. Because I mean, I walked through a couple of device stores like PC World and Curry's, and Apple TVs were shoved over to the corner on a display. If as a customer, you probably wouldn't even know what they were unless you knew what they weren't out on display like they were in Apple. Just seems like, and not having them in the video game stores and all the rest of it, people aren't going to be aware of this as a device if it's not being demonstrated or not seen on shelves in other retailers.
I mean, I guess I don't know what their plan is as far as launching it on the Apple TV. I don't think they've. My opinion, I think they haven't produced that many of these to start with. I have a feeling that this is just a test to see if it's actually there's a demand for it on the Apple TV.
Yeah.
Again, this is a brand new Apple TV. It's doing brand new things that the previous one did not do. So it kind of makes sense for them not to spread out the starter packs just yet. If there was a demand, they would. But if you're buying an Apple TV, and you can buy that anywhere, and then you start using it, and you see that you can play a game. Oh, okay, cool. Where can I get the stuff for this game? Oh, okay, cool. I can go to an Apple store, or I can order it on an app online. Then it's fine. I don't think they need to overwhelm the stores because they already have 4 starter packs already as it is.
Yeah.
For other systems, I don't think they need to add another one unless there's a huge demand for it. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wonder how it will do on the Apple TV, because again, when I got my Apple TV, there was absolutely no reason for gaming on that device, at least for me. So I don't know. It just depends. I mean, I think people who get Apple TVs already have a game console anyways. If they're not gamers, then it gives them the option. But if they're not gamers, then why would they buy the starter pack anyway? So I don't know. It's an interesting choice to put it on the Apple TV.
it's. I think the whole Apple TV doesn't. They don't. It's like I don't know. It doesn't feel like it's being promoted. It's like it's the 4th generation that now plays game. You almost feel like, well, if you were going to launch it, why didn't you call it something else? Why didn't you kind of rebrand it, kind of make it? If you didn't know what it was, you wouldn't really know what it is. I don't think I've seen any advertising for it. I've seen no promotion for it at all. It's just like, well, it's Apple and people will buy it. It just feels like that's kind of the way it seems to be coming across.
Because it's still the Apple TV. It's not a gaming device. This new one has the capability of gaming, but I don't think they need to rebrand or remarket because it's just still an Apple TV. Kind of like PlayStation is a PlayStation. It's a system that you use to play. Apple TV is to watch stuff. So if you have the need to play on it, then you can go buy this starter pack.
But maybe it's like you say, it's the 4th generation. Maybe it would have been, if it was called Apple TV 4, it might be like that kind of thing of people go, oh, it's the new one. Rain goes, oh, I've already got one of them at home. There's nothing. Can I use this? I don't know. It's a bit of an odd one. I'm wondering if it might be a bit, like the PS Vita version where, only went to one store in the US because they didn't maybe do too many of them. I loved the black base. I think the black base looks cool. I know a lot of people are like, oh, that looks nice and shiny. The fact it's Bluetooth connecting as well makes you wonder, will they go down this route in the future and just make all the bases Bluetooth so they can have one base for every single device rather than a USB one, because they've obviously done it for the Vita in the past, or if they'll just continue using the same base, this USB version for every game going forward.
I hope not. I hope it stays corded, because this whole load time when you put down your figure and then it'll do that little sparkly thing for a few seconds and then boom. The last thing I want is for that to stay like that for 5, 6, 7 seconds, and then finally my figure pops up. I'd rather just be straight corded, connected, just like I am with online play. I'm always hardlined Ethernet straight to the modem. None of this wireless stuff, because I get faster frame rates, I get faster connection times. There's no need to risk it. That's just me, though. That's the way I play.
Well, I must admit, my bugbear is the charging and the the battery of all these things, because I know, like with my PlayStation controller, there's nothing worse than I only have to get up, and then half the time I end up just plugged it into my laptop just to keep it charged while you play, because you forget to charge it. And in my day, you always just used to be. I've never really understood the problem with having the cable. I don't get. I grew up with the NES.
You're talking about the controller, though, the PS4 controller.
Yeah.
Let's see, the PS4 controller. I got that down pat because when I put it away, it goes straight to the docking station.
Right.
And I have 2 remotes, so just in case one of them dies, I have the backup. Oh yeah, you have to prepare for these things.
Yeah, I like the look of this Darth Vader PlayStation 4 controller. I'm like, I could quite happily do I need to upgrade mine?
I know. I kind of want to upgrade the system too, and the remote, but no, it's okay. I will resist the dark side.
But yeah, so that leads us on to pretty much our last bit of news this week was the patch that's come to 3.0. The patch we've been waiting for since pretty much launch. It's taken a long time to kind of get this patch coming in. So I'm just going to run through some of the sort of information of what will come in, and I'll run through the list so we got an idea. So, new improved matchmaking multiplayer for Finn's Arcade, improved connections, sync and stability over the network, updated text box functionality for overseas locations, fixed issues on Toy Box Hub unintentionally resetting, achievement Born Adventure can now be unlocked, improved mechanics and stability, fixed issues when crashing when replaying the Slippery as a Grease Dug mission in Twilight of the Republic playset, playset no longer figures no longer fall through the floors in the interiors. They also introduced some brand new bosses into the boss battle toy. More townsperson and critters have been added to the friend generator. New path connection added to the rail target to make a moving target. And the high property has been added to the start play in the toy box. Whew, right. Okay. So what did you think of that? What have you seen of the patch since you've been playing?
I didn't see them fix my Han Solo feat, so I'm a little disappointed. But it's not a big deal. No, I mean I'm happy. It looks like they fixed their online issues. I still haven't tried it out yet because I want to see others be the guinea pig first. And looks like it's going okay. I do hear some new problems arising for other people. But, it's a given. With the patch, you're still going to have some issues. And not to mention, we didn't get any of the new stuff yet, so I'm assuming we're going to get another patch before the Force Awakens stuff comes out. So it's going to be interesting. But as far as online play, I've heard it's working. Flynn's Arcade is working great. Some of the issues, some of the like the slippery one was a big issue, I remember, for the playset. So I'm glad that's fixed. And I didn't see anything about sound effects. I don't know. I haven't really played it to see where the sound would die out. They said they fixed some hub issues. I know of a few hub issues that I've mentioned, and they're still there. So I don't know if those were part of them. But other than that, I mean, it looks great. It looks like it's working out for the most part. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm loving the fact I've got text opportunity now. I can write text when I'm doing my toy box. So that was a bit of a bonus. The big thing that actually is what I loved most was the new bosses being added to the boss battle box, because before we only had 3. And now we've got like 8 or 9. And also, I just realized this the other day. The PC version has Clue from Tron as a unlockable boss. The console version doesn't have him. So I don't know if he's a PC exclusive, which doesn't sound a great idea for Tron things.
Clue is a boss? Interesting.
It's not on the console version. So it's kind of, I love the idea that they've added some, we've got Hulk, Green Goblin.
I hope it doesn't start Trongate again.
Exactly. That's what we also got Barbossa and Davy Jones, and also Syndrome. It was like, were they supposed to be in there originally? Because they were all in the Hero Destroyer box or in those takeover. It's going to make toy boxes a lot more interesting having the different themed bosses, because already your mind goes to the fact if you can make a pirates box and you're going to have a boss to beat. You're gonna, now we've got some villains to take care of. That as a battle, when I like doing fighting toy boxes and stuff, I love the idea of having that last big boss because grew up with the Streets of Rage, and you always had Ninja Turtles where you always had the boss at the end of the level to beat. It always just feels nice to have that, and I think that's a great addition to the game.
Yeah, bosses are awesome. I mean, if I remember correctly, in one of my conversations in one of the events I went to, I think they loaded only 3 bosses as a test to see if they would be popular in the way they used. And the fact that the outpouring of wanting more bosses included came out, then it's great that they decided to add them. So, but as far as the text generator, I'm glad that that's been fixed too for you guys, because you can actually talk to us during some toy boxes. No, it's just great that they're adding these little features, and it just makes you wonder if they're going to be able to add certain things in the future for even the expansion games, or even the play sets, or the hub. What if they continue adding to that? You don't know. If they're able to add bosses, then that's awesome.
I'm loving the fact that they actually added the patch notes. This is something we've been asking for a few years, so we know what's been fixed, what isn't, because maybe if there's a fit problem you don't know aware of, and letting you know what's changed. This is a great move. Giving us patch notes is what pretty much every other video game does. It is useful. It does make life a lot easier for the diehard fans and stuff. And putting out information saying that you're fixing stuff is a lot better than just kind of doing the old school mentality of, oh, there's no problem here, don't look. It's like this. There is problems, but every single video game has this. So patch notes are important for a lot of people. There have been reports of issues since the patch. I think the cameras have messed up on a load of toy boxes. I think Scott's been having a few issues. A few people have been sort of commenting on the Facebook group with new issues. If you have got issues since aren't working, let Disney Interactive know. Send them an email. The more they know about these problems, the more that we're going to get them fixed in the future. That's always a good, rather than maybe going on things like Twitter, or always, you usually try and send them an email, because that will be a good way of keeping them in the loop.
Yeah, email support at disneyinfinity.com. Yeah, support at disneyinfinity.com. Just email them. Their response time is breathtaking. It's like really fast. So just do it. And yeah, I don't think there's going to be that many more this time. I feel like they've cleaned up more than they've broken. So, but you're always going to find an issue here and there.
I think the only thing that has slightly bothered me really was the speed of this patch coming out, how long it took. I don't think having patches and stuff, I know it costs them money at the end, but we're spending a lot of money on this. And I've been watching videos of how major games like Fallout 4 came out last week, and there's been issues with that. I know Star Wars Battlefront has already got a day one patch. Day one patches are normal, but I think they need to be a little bit faster in getting out fixes, smaller updates quicker, so it looks like there's the problems are being looked at quicker, rather than bulking them all together. Yeah, it looks great. You have this big long list, but if we'd had half of them 2 months ago and waited the other, it might not have been quite so bad.
Well, I noticed that I think they were planning on doing the update at the same time as Sony does their software update. That's what I feel like they were trying to do, because they needed first party approval. And I remember when I finally got the patch, I needed to update my PlayStation as well, so it was kind of interesting. But anyways, regardless of the fact, we finally got it. Looks like it's fixed a bunch of things. I'm finally going to be able to play online, I hope. And I can't wait for the Force Awakens patch too. Hopefully that'll fix other things. Hopefully my Han Solo feet will be fixed as well. But we'll see what happens.
Right. Okay, well, I think that's pretty much all the news this week for Disney Infinity. Like I said, a quick reminder just to say, we have got our King Mickey contest going on, so check out thiskingdom.com and our Infinity and Beyond group for more information on how to win that. Big thank you to all of our patrons, James at Infinity Museum, and also to our sponsor, Magic Apps magicbandscollectors.com and sorterapps.com. Thank you to Ethan. And also to some new patrons, including Rob from over at CoinUpTV, Everloss, and so big thank you to them as well for joining us. And I think that's pretty much wraps it up. So be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook and all the other social medias and hit that subscribe button. Okay. Abe, you want to add anything before we go out?
Yes. If you want King Mickey, enter the contest. If you don't want him, why? Okay. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, if you don't want it, just send it to Roger if you win. Okay. Bye, everybody.
See you later, guys.
Cheers.